Yo, greetings and salutations. It's another Big Blue father and son show. It's been a minute, uh, doing the quarantine and everything. I'm hoping everybody's staying safe.
It's me, his son.
And I'm Dad. At the same time, we just want to recap, talk a little Giants football, talk about the draft, and then just a couple points, just cause. You know what I mean? We love the Giants. That's what we do. Son, we're gonna start off by asking, how do you feel about the Giants draft picks?
Well, I think with all the, cornerbacks, linebackers, safety that they picked, I think it'll plug in some holes that we had last year on defense. But then again, it wasn't entirely, the team's fault because, Pat Shurmur, he wasn't all of that probably because he, started panicking in situations in games, mid-game, and some critical situations. He just didn't know what to do and just threw everything out the window and started calling them random stuff.
It's a good analogy.
Yeah, it could have been the scheme he was doing.
Not analogy, but yeah, observation.
Yeah, it could have been the scheme he, was doing with the defense and stuff. Our defense wasn't trash, but it was just, take time to get used to the scheme and everything. Our defense was really young, so it takes time for a defense to get at that level, to develop.
Right. You hit that on the head. A lot of people during the draft, were kind of a little bit antsy in their remarks in regards of us not getting a pass rusher. At the same time, we didn't really need a Jadeveon Clowney and or Isaiah Simmons. Could we use them? Yeah, but need them? Nah. We keep forgetting we got a young defense. We got, the boy X we got from, I can't remember what school, Old Dominion, from last draft. We got Carter. We got a few people that just ain't developed yet. They need a coach and time. Because my favorite player of all time, my favorite Giant of all time, I always think LT is the face of the Giants, but my favorite player is Strahan. Strahan didn't come into Big Blue as a stud. He developed into a stud. And then, too, at the same time, with that 07 draft class, he allowed, Tuck and OC to develop into themselves faster. Unfortunately, we don't have any OGs, so hopefully Williams can be one of them. But at the same time, we got some heat. We got some talent. This would be coming on year 2, year 3 for a few of them. So, I was kind of suspicious of Gettleman Dave, but I kind of see what he's doing, and I'm a little bit more excited in anticipation this year.
Yeah.
With again a whole new coaching scheme. Defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, the lines, as well as the head coach. But we talking about the draft. Any more points you want? I kind of went off on a tangent, but I love Blue.
Well, with the team, because I believe last year we kind of discipline, and I believe Judge with the new rookies and stuff, he'll enforce that discipline on them, and then all the other young players, especially Jones, because Jones he's not really bad. He can develop into the dude for our team in the upcoming years.
Yeah. And I started smiling when you say Jones because I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say just this and can't read into it. I think he's a more accurate quarterback than the quarterback we've had in the last few years, which is Eli Manning. Did I say better? I said accurate. Especially towards the end. I'm still, when I talk about Dave Gettleman, the one thing that I didn't like is when he traded Odell. I think Odell would have been an asset to Big Blue because one of his biggest problems and concerns that they didn't like him voicing out was Eli couldn't get it down the field. He couldn't get it over people. And that's fair. That's real. Unless you was on Eli's nuts, and a lot of people, want to baby Eli, that's cool. Ain't nobody tarnishes his memory, but if you look at the game, it is what it is. So with that being said, I think he's a more accurate quarterback and really could have thrived with Odell. I don't think Odell would have been a bigger personality, cause distractions from him, because his main concern was getting the ball. Eli couldn't do that in his later years. He had trouble doing that. Whether people want to say, well, that he was running for his life, yada, 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 offensive line, all that into consideration, he still couldn't get it to where he needed to get it, point blank. You know, he was overthrowing Odell. He was underthrowing Odell. He just wasn't getting it. And I really think, you know, had we had Odell with Jones, it'd have been different. But again, I think, you know, Pat Shurmur was an insecure coach. And, you know, he caused them to roll out because, you know, probably he's intimidated by that big personality. But at the same time, I mean, I'm not saying nothing bad about Pat Shurmur, because when they hired him, shit, he was blue and we rolled with him. But, I mean, you just look at, you know, from where he come from. I mean, coming from Minnesota, he was doing a decent job. He did a horrible job with the Browns. Still don't know how he got into, you know, once a Giant, always a Giants as far as the big blue pedigree. But I think Judge coming in is going to be a little bit different. You know, and I'm going to close it on that Odell thing. You know, it was just horrible. You know, you don't cut Odell and then go get Golden Tate. You don't do that shit like that. And I'm not shitting on the homie Tate. He's solid, but that still was a Twilight Zone move. But we move forward. We got a couple things going on. Slayton, I ain't gonna keep saying Tate and Beckham. Slayton is the future. Darius is cold. What you think about Darius?
Well, he has the body, he has the strength, the fight for the ball, and those contested passes. I see him developing into a pretty solid receiver. Him and Shepard can do some real damage in the future against defenses.
Yeah, I hope Shepard, you know,
if he can
stay straight.
Yeah, stay healthy.
Yeah, head straight. And then too, you know, kind of going back to the draft, because Dak can also, you know, we talk about Blue be all over the place. I think it was a very good draft.
Yeah.
I mean, we got need as well as value. I think it had to be something. Everybody kept saying, my man, you know, I'm an Iowa Hawkeye too to the heart. I wouldn't mind my man coming from Iowa here, but it had to be something. And I was looking, you know, that he fell how he did. They ain't saying nothing about him. It just seemed like Andrew from Georgia, he had a little, he had some more work on him. And a lot of people, you know, we get caught up sometimes with hearing stuff over and over in our minds to become what it's supposed to be. And so when it don't, you be like, man, we should have got X, Y, and Z. I think Andrew from Georgia was a great pick, and an even greater pick when homeboy Xavier from Alabama fell into our lap, because he kind of from the same cloth and pedigree as Collins. And I really like Collins, you know, a hard-nosed football player. Will he turn out to be a Collins? You know, we'll see when the rubber meet the road. But at the same time, he kind of got that skill set, tool set, and again cut from that same cloth, coming from Alabama. So that was kind of cool. And then, for the third round, we went back to O-Tackle, my man from Penn State. That looked like a big boy. He looked solid. And then I think, let's see, fourth round, did we do the guard? No, we did, just off the top, not looking at no paper, we did the cornerback, I believe. You know, I mean, with it being a passing league, you know, we can't have enough of them. You know, especially if somebody go down. And then we went, we got that guard from, what was he, from Notre Dame? No, from Oregon.
Yeah,
Oregon. Yeah. He was, he looked like a big boy. I know they said all three of them, the offensive linemen combined, is 950 pounds. So hopefully they, you know, a lot of people were saying, hey, I hope my man don't be no Eric Flowers. We hope don't nobody never be no goddamn Eric Flowers. You know what I'm saying? Eric Flowers is Eric Flowers, and we just gonna leave that there and just hope for them the best. So, you know, I really like what we did. I really think, you know, we covered some holes. We still got some holes. I'm thinking too that we gonna win, you know, with them, win a few more games than last year, and then two, again, with the younger talent developing, will win, and then also coaching. You know, Judge's pedigree, you know, he come from Belichick as well as Saban, so his pedigree, hopefully his pedigree pay off, because it's looking like, you know, it'll pay off for us. So I'm excited about whatever type of season we about to have. I know the schedule don't come out to the 9th, and then it could be a modified season. It could be a season without us. But either way, in some capacity, we're gonna be there. You know, whether it be viral or whatever. So I'm just excited for that. And then two, yeah, man, just excited for the season. What else you want to add there?
Let's see. I think you covered about everything.
I got on the talking tangent, huh?
Yeah.
It'd be like that. But real quick, because I know we've been on for a minute. Give me a player or two that you look forward to seeing this year in development, and kind of your predictions to all the new Albions, whether it be players, whether it be coaches. How do you hope rather that the culture will be in what you see in this upcoming season?
Well, what I like is we got some O-line, right? But our O-line is not completely bad. Like Hernandez, he was good, but like, you know, with the rest, not all of the rest of the O-line, but like Soldier, he was like kind of a bust. He wasn't all that.
He was trash.
Yeah, he was trash. He did let up a few sacks, like a lot. So I say get some people on for that left side, and let them develop, be good with discipline and good coaching.
Well, okay. You made a good comment earlier about Hernandez. You kind of say he took a step back, but he's still developing, huh?
Yeah, he's still developing as a young player.
That's a good point. Well, hopefully, you know, we'll see what training camp come, because man, that kid out of Georgia, man, you know, hopefully he a beast.
Yes.
Because then we'll you know, Nate Serzer, he can do what he need to do, whether it be a swing, whether it be backup, whether it be right tackle, or shit, he might just hold down left tackle, whatever. You know, we just looking for improvement. Hopefully Colombo can get everybody right, including Nate Ass. Is there any particular players or player that you looking to see?
I'm looking to see that safety from, where do you come from?
Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama. Since, you know, he has that Collins mentality, I like to watch Collins play. I liked how he played as a tough player.
Right.
I'm really hoping to see him play.
Okay. What about any of your other favorites, man? I mean, with that, with the line looking like they might, you know, do a little something. I know you got that Saquon Barkley jersey for your shirt for your birthday. You looking for your boy?
Yeah, I'll keep my eyes on Saquon, but I'm gonna look for that defense, hopefully, because something we struggled with last year is stopping the run. We did kind of let teams, you know, run it up our throat.
Right.
So I'm hoping we, you know, kind of at least stop the run a little bit. Like, I'm not expecting us to stop it completely 100%. I'm just saying, like, at least, you know, like, not 6 yards per carry every run.
Right on. Okay. Well, I'm just looking forward to see everybody, man. And then at the same time, I just, you know, it's just me. I like my man X from last year, as well as Carter. So I'm looking forward to seeing them. And then Danny Dimes, you know, I like him a lot. So I'm glad they got him some protection, and I want to see what he do in his second year. You know, come out and wow a little bit more. Kind of take off from when he did, you know, came into that Tampa Bay game and wowed us. Hopefully he, you know, wowed us from the beginning. And if we happen to play Dallas punk ass the first game, I hope he, you know, get that W. But his first W in Jerry's world or whatever. But until then, I'm Dad.
I'm D.
And this is the Father and Son Big Blue Show. Y'all stay safe. Peace.